You are magnificent. You are powerful. You are worthy. Welcome. You are listening to Reverend and High Priestess Thema Azize Serwa, visionary of the Womb, Sauna, and the Heal Everything movement. And I'm so excited every time I have an opportunity to just share my heart and what's on my mind. And when I get a download, I love to share it. We over-glorify non-resistance as if experiencing resistance, having difficulty making a decision, needing time to process all the details and figure out what your true desire is a bad thing. And it's not. This is part 2 to my conversation around struggle shaming. It is dehumanizing. It is an attempt to make us into these unemotional beings that don't need fluidity. It's okay, my love, that you're lost, that you may not know what you're doing, that you go back and forth, and anyone or any ideology or anything that insists that there is something flawed within your innate nature is something toxic and something that you need to deliver yourself from. I listen to a lot of Abraham, and this morning I was listening to one of their conversations about non-resistant thought, and it helped me reconcile my truth about how God functions in my life. Growing up in the Christian tradition, you always were taught to follow God's plan for your life. And one of the things Abraham was breaking down in this conversation was how it's your job to deviate. Yes, every request you have is heard by Spirit. And yes, Spirit is more capable of holding the vision than you are majority of the time. And when I was hearing that, I said, wow, isn't this a different perspective where it takes the responsibility to make it happen from myself and puts it back in the vortex where everything is already completed. I want you to enjoy the season that I am in, and I'm in a space where being who I am is more than enough. And what I have discovered is the only thing that ever robs me of my joy in this journey of figuring out, how to create the life of my dreams. The only thing that ever robs me of my joy is the idea that I am unworthy or not ready. That because of my human nature can be flaky. My human nature can say on Monday, I want A, B, and C, and by Wednesday, I want D, E, and F. But that's the adventure of self-discovery. Being able to find yourself at any given point in any shape or form or being and unapologetically accept yourself and love yourself and be okay with yourself and not use the dynamics of yourself as an excuse or the reason that things aren't working in your life. I am not so out of touch that I'm not aware of cause and effect, right? So there are behaviors, choices, things that we make that have an effect. If I stomp really hard on the ground, it's going to shake. You know what I mean? Like there's cause and effect. Yes, that's universal law. But there is also a universal law of forgiveness. There's also a universal law of karma. There's all kinds of vibrations that you can align with. I just want you to have an experience in your life where you finally don't see yourself as the problem. What if life is just to be lived? What if you can truly live in a way where I am is enough? When will you give yourself permission to just be and not think that God is unprepared for who you are, as if God is not prepared for your inconsistencies, as if God can't handle your humanness? You get to be both, and this is something I've been saying when I speak, in my books, when I serve women and sit at their feet in sessions. You can be divine and human at the same time, and nobody can rob you of that but you. And if you cannot be compassionate with yourself, how can you bring compassion into the world and your interactions with other people? If you are judgmental of yourself, how can you release judgments in the world and of other people? You lead by the example of yourself. You lead by the example of who you are. That is your leadership. Are you the kind of person that finding fault and viewing yourself as flawed is convenient? That's your default. And this evolves. So, initially it can present itself in one stage of your life as, saying negative things about yourself. But then you learn about affirmations, you get deep, and you start meditating and doing yoga and stuff, all right? And then all of a sudden, the new version of self-judgment and criticism becomes my vibration is not high enough, or my self-care is not good enough, or I need to stop doing certain things because look at my track record and my love life, so I must not know what I'm doing, so I need to fast, or I need to be celibate, or I need to, Sometimes you can be so busy being the manager of your life that you're not living it. And I just want to rattle that chain and invite you to become fully present to life and live. Part of living is the adventure of being human, having a wide range of emotions, figuring out what you really want, what you really believe, what you really feel like you know, making decisions and seeing the impact of them, and still mastering how to love yourself no matter what the impact of those decisions may be. Learning how to harmonize your mind, your body, and your spirit. Becoming aware that my body is also partnering with God to help me wake up in certain ways. Not once have you heard me say, recognize that I'm the problem, I'm the issue, because I can't seem to stay in a space of non-resistant thought because of my wishy-washiness. I guess the universe can't bless me. I call bullshit. I call you higher. I call you to experience yourself the way life loves to experience and witness you, the way the universe loves to see you. In A Course in Miracles, it says the greatest miracle you can ever experience in your life is to see yourself correctly. Make this conversation be a moment, one of many moments, that you pause in your day, you take a deep breath, and you genuinely, honestly, like yourself. I love you. I hope this encouraged you and activated a deeper sense of self-acceptance and self-awareness. My love, you are okay. And yes, life presents many things to you, but you don't have to be the reason for all the bad things that happen in your life. Greater is here, and there's another perspective that could enter you into rest, offer you some closure, and cultivate some peace. So have that if you truly want it. Take that moment, make it yours. For those of you who may be new to listening to me, connecting to my work and the things that I'm teaching, we have an archive of over 200 videos on YouTube, or on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You Google the womb sauna and you will see all of the work we've been doing for years throughout the world. It's my joy to have these conversations, to hold this space. And it is my joy to meet people face to face who connect to these messages and know that they want to do something very nourishing and nurturing for their body, for their mind, for their spirits. And so go to our website, thewombsauna.com. Check out a few things. We always have different events going on and programs. We also have an online university, thewombsaunauniversity.com, where we have an archive of on-demand classes and certification programs. And then we also have Elevation Weekend, which has been transforming lives through our retreat experience, and effective 2019, our online retreat experience that gives people anywhere in the world access to the Elevation Weekend healing experience that we do in Maryland. And so, as always, I love having these conversations with you, and stay connected. You'll see some links below. Peace.